For those of you that don't know him, his name is Pettittt, and he is the inventor of the Zen Pod. It has taken him 20 years to develop the energy machine, and would like to take the time to explain to you how the machine works. So Ian, what does the lymph system do?
It's a remarkable system. It's the major system of the body. This is where digestion, good digestion takes place. It's well known as the immune system and a cleansing system, but very few understand it is a communication system because lymph fluid starts right outside of every cell in your body. Now the RH-48, or this Zen Pod, is designed to repair your body at deep cellular level. It will relax your mind, body and soul to release stresses inside you at your cellular levels. Within your 800 trillion cells, you have access to full knowledge of your earthly journey. And it can only be accessed by your questioning mind when your system is cleared of blocks caused by guilt, shame, anger, grief and fear. Now we're going to go over these concepts a little bit more, and the lymph system has to be there because it's the master system. It is the major system. And other than say, if you move fluids, and the lymph fluid is the biggest fluid in the body, remember, if you move fluids, you can actually start to clean your body. And that's why we have the dry state of the cell and the wet state. And that's where the diagram will show you the difference between dry state and wet state. When you have a wet state, your body or your cell cannot talk to the brain, nor can the brain talk to the cell. And that's when pain, because there's no oxygen available, and disease and death starts at cellular level. One of the most important bones in the body is the sacrum. It is actually the pump for your cerebral spinal fluid, which brings nutrition to the central nervous system and takes toxins out of the central nervous system, but it also takes the rubbish out of the craniums, out of the wastes of the muscles that works the 12 craniums. Now we're going to go straight on to unseen energy flows. This is where most of us do not realize that there are 14 energy flows through the body, and 2 of these are the central and governing. Now the central is where energy is stored in the body, in that front half of the body, and the governing comes from the tailbone right over the top and finishes the top left. Now the governing actually sets your body into a harmonic of 2-hour cleansing of each organ in the body. So there's 12 2-hour cleansing cycles of the organs in your body. Remembering these organs are doing a very vital function, and they come at different times, but they need to be maintained. And that's why we're building up the energy in a holistic level, so there will be energy to fight off the pollution of wireless and cell phones and everything. This is an amazing machine. It will actually bring up the energy around your body so you can take control of your body and your journey or your situation. Static electricity is the most dangerous. No one's ever addressed this or understood. These shocks that come out of your fingers when you touch a car or walk across a carpet are actually blowing the acupuncture circuits, the 12 circuits, even the 14 circuits if it's a bad one. We are electrical beings, and we have to respect the laws of electrical energy. And that's why we employ the vibrational energy of the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. These magnetic fields, if they don't exist, nothing can live. So we are dependent upon these magnetic fields. And this machine utilizes these magnetic fields to build up your energy so you can take control of your inner workings.
Why do you call it an energized session?
Energizing? Actually harmonizing. So it's putting the energy and energizing and lymphacising and exercising all together, and it's called harmonizing. But with the Zen Pod, it is encapsulated into a new and a total new product. This is a machine which I've been developing for over 20 years. And with X Energy International coming on the scene, we want to leave the past behind it. And the Zen Pod embraces all the exercises, the lymphacisers, and the energizers, and now it encompasses harmonizer. But really, we're energizing the body, and the Zen Pod is the name that would capture all of these benefits. The Zen Pod is a combination of two words: pod, capturing and encapsulates, and Zen, describing the state of energy and stillness, equaling the stillness that is required by a harmonized body.
Can you get the benefit from other mini trampolines?
Absolutely no. This machine is built on pyramid powers. That's why the white straps are there. It's one of the reasons, because we're observing the hemisphere's laws, the laws of universal laws and sciences, like even astrology, numerology, acupuncture, meridians are all outlined in this machine. The unseen flows and the sequences where harmony exists. The more time you're under the influence or within the space of this pyramid power, your trunk will relax and your attitudes will become easier and the body will regenerate. In short, the more the better you lay there. This is why we have workers like my wife, overworked. She lays on the machine and she regenerates. Even Hazel laid on it there. She says, she was there for about an hour and a half, and she says, it felt like I had a whole night's sleep. But the best story is the one of a man who's elderly, 80s, senile, forgetful, and just doesn't want to live because he's in a wheelchair. He laid on it for 7 days only, morning and night, a half an hour, and then he had 24 pills up to that time. They cut it back to 4, and now he's stopped hallucinating. He wants to live, and he's got energy, he's got input into the world. Very happy. And this is just by laying on it a half an hour with a head to the east and just breathing gently.
How often should someone use the Zen Pod?
Ideally, a 30-minute morning and night is the optimum, and even 10 minutes after you made your meal makes a big, big difference. But the more time you spend on it, the more vibrational energy and colours that your body will relate to and release the tensions in your body. When we reach stillness, you will flow in the thoughts and your action and acceptance. Acceptance without reaction is the goal. No stresses, no wet state. The dry state is a full cellular communication, the real you. And this is the real you will have joy and gratitude and honesty in your communication.
What age group would actually benefit from using the machine?
I think of the elderly people very quickly, but I do know children become very still after they feel that. One of the quickest ways to get a child to settle down is to hold them against your chest and just go up and down, so gentle, tick-tock, and you move the fluids, you move the lymph system. I've had this happen on aeroplanes 4 times, and I've even been clapped for doing it. When the child went up in the air, pressures in his body, and they couldn't quieten him. And I just picked the child up, and there was no more than 4 to 5 bounces, and they just be quiet for the rest of the flight. Because when you're a child, you can't say, oh, my eardrum hurts. But I find the elderly people are the best because they've never, ever experienced energy. And the quickest way to demonstrate people what we're about, the Zen Pod, is to lie on it and breathe in and out. And this in and out breath, gentle, will allow the body to relax when you're lying on it, and you'll have a good time. Now, I hope you've gained some insights while watching this segment. If you have further questions, we all would like to provide feedback, please email me, info@zenpod.com. Enjoy your Zen Pod, and may your life be full of health and energy.